Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here with you literally every single day of the year, and I have been for about 5.5 years now. Yeah. Literally. Like 3 days from now, it'll be 5.5 years. We have epic troll slayers who've kept us safe for years. We've got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other, so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, whatever works best for you. So, yeah, I definitely thought we would go with the colorful. Got colorful nails. These are the most colorful nails I have. They're a little longer than it's my favorite, but I figured we could use lots of pretty colors. Because dun, 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 I might have to turn off the monetization, or I might get demonetized today because, yeah. Come on, work with me.
By Iran.
If you can stay with us, General, I want to bring in Democratic Congressman of Connecticut, Jim Himes. He is the ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee. Congressman, we are very early into this, but I want to get your reaction to what we're seeing and the reports we're getting out of Iran.
Well, not a surprising moment, when we all learned in the Congress of this attack. And by the way, I would argue that the Congress should have learned of it before the attack. The Constitution is very clear, as is the law, on the necessity, particularly when the stakes are as high as they are in this situation, with 40,000 servicemen within range of Iranian weaponry, that the Congress should, according to the law, be consulted on this sort of thing. But now, of course, we are in this snowball that is going downhill that nobody really controls. Now, I completely agree with your military expert. Hopefully, this is performative. Hopefully, this is the Iranian regime saying, we can't afford to let the attack on our nuclear facilities go unanswered. It will be performative. That will say, look, we can reach these people, and then maybe we can get back to trying to de-escalate a very, very dangerous situation. But again, it's too early to say. Our bases there, both in at Al Udeid and Bahrain and our other, they're well defended. But they, were the Iranians to decide to cut loose with all of their short-range missiles, with an overwhelming number of drones, we could very, very easily wind up with damage to American assets or even American casualties, which will, once again, remind us why war in the Middle East should always be a last resort.
Well, I mean, we talked about earlier, Congressman, the response after the assassination of Soleimani and the price that was paid by American service members. But I want to go back to what you said about being informed. And I wonder what intelligence tells you, or if there have been briefings, if you feel confident of the status of the Iranian military capabilities right now, which may indeed inform whether or not this is more performative than widely dangerous.
Well, let's divide that question into two things. The objective of the strikes that the president took some 36 hours ago, of course, was to remove the Iranian nuclear capability. And we have no idea whether that was achieved. Thank God, tactically speaking, it was a successful raid in as much as the planes and the naval assets delivered the ordnance. But we have no idea as of yet whether the uranium was even in one of the three facilities. This was an attack that was broadcast many, many days in advance of it occurring. So, and obviously the Iranians are not dumb people, right? There is, of course, a possibility that the Iranians were able to move the highly enriched uranium, in which case we undertook a dangerous operation without any obvious payback for having done so. So anyway, it'll be a good long time before we know, if we ever learn, whether we were able to actually destroy the stocks of 60% enriched uranium. Now, what we know about their conventional response, what they have the ability, they have a lot of missiles. The Israelis took out a lot of their launchers, so they've got a real problem. They do have a lot of missiles. They do have a lot of drones. They could cause a lot of damage. On the flip side, of course, the Israelis made fairly short work of a lot of their capabilities, and it's hard to believe that there isn't a great deal of chaos in the upper ranks of the Iranian military leadership. These are people who probably are fearing as much for their own survival as they are thinking about, the strategy of a counterstrike. So again, far, far more unknowns in this moment than there is any ability to make a conclusion about exactly where we are.
Okay. Unfortunately, the closed captions on this are really small. All right. I pulled some cards on, is this it? Is it just, they are attacking, we heard about Qatar, and then now apparently it's Bahrain and Kuwait as well. So it's not just in one place, it's in multiple places. Oh, we're going to talk about Russia. Oh, it's crazy. You're okay, boo-boo. You're okay. Yeah. Is this it? Or is this going to... we're starting with the Fool card. Spinning the wheel. Chaos in the middle. Can you say 3 major arcana just to start with? Then we have the Two of Wands, which is probably the Fool flapping his gums. Queen of Pentacles. The Republican Party is having troubles. Great. So I can. It's good to see Jim Himes though. That brightens my day. He's always been very measured. Yeah. Okay. This is very this is ick. Gino says, "Yep, that tracks. Full spinning the wheel, chaos." Yeah. Oh, which says, "Hello, Sebastian, and most lovely Automates. At least we have some pleasant place to come in to this dump-induced world." Yes. Is this finally going to take him out? Oh, I think this is we're just at the early stages of this mess. Rob says, just another moron Monday. Oh man. Thank you. So, dear great Gussie, I honestly, you know what I should do? I should stop this. I am not the world's biggest fan of CNN, but I wonder if their, what do you call it? Their closed captioning works better. That's not what I want. Did everyone see the go see the song that I made or I wrote and put together? I hope you enjoyed it. People are saying nice things. And I've got it running through my head because basically it's all about what a complete blankety blank Donald Trump is. And how do I where's my share? There it is.
Yeah, let me just bring you some more information. We're getting indeed, it seems, from the Secretary.
Sorry. It's only giving me a preview. I need to sign in quickly. I'm glad you like the song. Thank you. No, seriously, sign in. Come on. It's not letting me. We're going to get there. Yeah. Oh boy. There's even more going on. Aiden, hello. Oh, thank you. You're wonderful. Aiden's in the house. Aiden reads tarots in the house. Absolute joy. Yes, precious. I am right here. You're right here. Everybody's right here. And the only one who's slowing things up right now, I guess besides me, is CNN. Not okay. Now will you let me sign in? Congratulations. You're now ready to, thank you. Okay.
The size of it, it is vast, enormous, exceptionally hot there nearly all the time. It has clearly over the past week been cleared out. Satellite images show massively reduced numbers of aircraft there. That surely will also have been mirrored by the presence of US personnel there, the 9,000 or so. They will have been obviously in a heightened state of alert since the US strikes over the weekend. That would have been amplified in the recent hours by the telegraphing of what we've seen. We simply don't know if anything got through. The Qataris say that may not be the case. And importantly, too, Anderson, we don't know if there have indeed been successful attacks anywhere else in the region, suggestions of potentially one missile fired towards Iraq. But indeed.
Okay, I was hoping the closed captioning would be better, but it's not really. Okay, I'm trying. Sweetheart, I'm right here. He's not feeling well. I had to cancel Stay Calm before this because I was sitting right here. I will get to the question. I was right here, and he was just very suddenly just sick, just all over everything. Is your tummy upset? Is your tummy upset? What's going on? So then I cleaned up, and he went away for a minute, and then I was trying to get ready, and he came up, and he smelled a little bit like litter, and he walked on, he got onto the desk, and he sat down on my nails. So then I had to move him and disinfect my nails and the desk, and then, yeah, it's been Flora's revenge, exactly, Lois. All right. Or not Lois, Lewis. I'm sorry. I'm struggling. Okay. Hairball, yes. All right. I guess I should be writing down at 12:20, 12:30. Where do we go from here? Since our bases are currently being bombed because of a moron. Where do we go from here? Thank you. Take a deep breath. Yes, thank you. Does Boo Boo have back leg problems? Not that I'm aware of. He does have that catwalk walk, where as he walks, his back legs do this. Slinking down the runway. Are you using a VPN? No, I'm not. Everybody take a deep breath. Yes. So where do we go from here? I don't like the little flashes of light. You know what I saw last night? I went out to water the plants after the sun as the sun was going down. There was a lightning bug in the backyard. They are so endangered. And it was like, oh, you beautiful, beautiful thing. Where do we go from here? I don't like the cards. I don't like this energy. Basically, you're okay, sweetie. He started it. Dumpy started it. Because people like in Congress, others were just letting him do this stuff. Aggressive military action. And Trump is running his mouth. Trump is absolutely running his mouth. Sweetheart, relax. It's okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I know. It'll be okay. You're all right, sweetie. You're all right. Trump is running his mouth on Truth Social. Congress needs to rein him in quickly. Because, okay, let me tell you what Dumpy's been saying, because you've got to be kidding me. So, all right, I'll pull this down for now since we can see what's going on. Stop this. Put that back up. We'll put the pretty flowers back up. I think it was this one. Yes. Okay, we'll do this. All right, so all right, there's some craziness coming out of the dumpster fire's little thumbs of fury at 15:45. I'll just start at the top of the list and go through because it's a number of things. Actually, 16. There we go. Do you remember Dmitry Medvedev? Or as I often call him, Medvedev. Excuse you? Excuse you. Those are claws. Bailey. What's wrong? Stop. All right. Okay, somebody needs a timeout. Somebody's very upset. I need a timeout. Come here. It's okay. Come on. You need some rest. All right. He needs some quiet time. Okay. 1710. So, do you remember Medvedev, Putin's puppet? That guy. Medvedev pointed out that there are plenty of other countries willing to give Iran nuclear warheads. Great. Fabulous. Trump, the dumpster fire himself, responded with an unhinged post and hinted at a threat to Russia by pointing out how much more advanced our technology is than theirs. In fact, let me see. Yeah, okay. You need to know this. I know I don't like this guy. And I have no idea who's at the front door. Sharing. That's what I'm trying to do. There we go. There. Yeah. Normally we don't cover this in detail, but we need to in this case. Did I hear former President Medvedev from Russia casually throwing around the nuclear word? I'm not going to play that stupid game with him. And saying that he and other countries, random capitalization, would supply nuclear warheads to Iran. Did he really say that, or is it just a figment of my imagination? We don't know. It could be. If he did say that, and if confirmed, please let me know immediately. The nuclear word should not be treated so casually. I guess that's why Putin's the boss. By the way, if anyone thinks that our hardware was great over the weekend, oh my gosh, he really does treat it like it's an extension of him. Oh, gross. Far and away the strongest and best equipment we have, 20 years advanced over the pack, is our nuclear submarines. This guy wants to be German so badly. He just has to capitalize random nouns. They are the most powerful and lethal weapons ever built, and just launched the 30 Tomahawks. All 30 hit their mark perfectly. So in addition to our great fighter pilots, thank you to the captain and crew, just the one. Also, don't presidents usually keep their trap shut about where exactly, like what our capabilities are specifically, how many of things we have, what exactly was involved, but not him. So yeah. So is the question here is Russia going to get in the mix? Lord help. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. I think it's because we're upset. I'm upset. Solar flares. The sun is squaring Neptune today, and which is very close to the square of Saturn, which was yesterday. So right now, not collective sense of self. It's all, everything's grinding against each other. It's not fun. I'm getting the weirdest glitches in seeing the chat. The entire half of the chat where I'm looking at it has frozen. The top half is moving, the bottom half is frozen. Amy says, would anyone send him to a care home, a locked facility? We have one problem, and it's the marshmallow man, the marshmallow head himself. Oh, Gloria, that's what we were just looking at the news. That's exactly the kind of thing we're talking about. So Russia has their own problems. The last thing they need is to be involved in anything else. Four of Swords, Nine of Cups. There's the government. Oh, you think Congress is mad that they aren't involved now? Whoo! If this continues, burden. 10 swords in the back. I'm getting the feeling that this is a mess. I would love to say everything's going to calm down. I would love to. It's not, I don't think, no, we're not at the end of the world. No, honestly, I don't think so. We're not at the end of the world. I don't believe we're going to lose our democracy. I really don't. But this is ridiculous. This is absolutely, utterly ridiculous. Acadian Proud said, if you can, keep sending love and calming, protective, and positive white light to the guides and angels for the good of the world, especially needed now. Yes. Oh, Amy, thank you so much. It really helps the channel. Thank you. Lisa says, call your reps. Yeah. Okay, I've got a hair on my face again, but I can't figure out where it is. All right, I'll just try to ignore it. Card for the reading is aggression. Ten of Swords. Day late, $1 short. How fast you want Democrats in power? Oops. There's a Hope card, Star, and the Ace of Cups. So this is hugely good for Democrats. Problem is, how fast can we do something about this? Oh, Rita says, I stopped believing in angels ages ago. Oh, I believe in angels. They're just such incredibly high vibration that it's hard to, there's usually a step down of energy before it can be in this world. It's why quite often it isn't the full angels who help us down here. It's the cherubs. Although why they show them as naked babies is beyond me. Dev says, write letters and snail mail. Every piece of mail must be open, logged, and the reason cited. Good. Judgment. This was beyond stupid. This President moron really thought that he could send in all of this military, all of these bombs, and then nothing was going to happen. He really thought that. Ace of Cups. Oh, and one of the questions I believe here is about Iran moving their nuclear material, because from everything I've heard, yeah, they moved it. Ace of Cups, Sun, 2 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Maybe he'll go golfing. 10 of Cups. How do I put this? Now, what was going on there? But Bernie says the only problem is that we still have 17 months until the midterms. Well, that's true. But Congress could step up and say something, but the problem is you've got to get the Republican leaders of the House and Senate to do something. And Speaker Mikey isn't going to do squat. So, anyway, is Russia going to get involved? A little, at least. 29. There's a question here. Ultimately, how does Putin feel about this? Reportedly, he's not happy. He wasn't consulted ahead of time. There's an article. There's a link to an article. Apparently, there is reporting that Putin is mad that Trump didn't tell him ahead of time. That kind of says it all, doesn't it? But we're not. We're not going to lose our democracy. This is not the end. This is just. It's just destructive, and it is beyond moronic. Justice card. At what point has Iran done enough damage that they feel like they've balanced the scales. Knight of Wands. Trump getting frisky. There's his legacy. Oh, and then he's on the defensive. But what do you mean? But he lives in a bubble. I don't like this military decision right here. There are more military decisions down the road. Deb says Iran used some number of bombs. Oh, there's something wrong with my microphone. Settings, audio. It's using the default one, the Yeti. This is the nicest, kind of closest to professional microphone. Okay, thank you. So how does Putin feel about this? Considering he feels like he can just yank Trump's chain whenever he feels like it. Entertaining. Tower. That was the attack. Trump thinks he's victorious and is now waiting for what? Pat on the head? Russia's just looking at this like, huh? How can I take advantage of this? Thank you. Deb hopes is the same number of bombs as the U.S. dropped are in the attacks today. There we go. Hopefully that balances things out, because really, this morning, surprisingly, the stock market was level or up just a smidge. I don't know what it's done since that. Then again, Wall Street is so corrupt at this point. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. Wall Street is so corrupt at this point. It's insider traders and people with, it's insider traders or people with insider knowledge are the ones who make money on the market. So, trying to get some more information on this card, and there it is. Sun communication. This isn't over. I don't think this is over. Let me just ask, is this over? Is this over? Let's see. So is this it? That would be glorious if we could just say, okay, that's that. But Iran continued to rain bombs down on Israel. And there reaches a point where Israel starts running out of the missiles it needs for its Iron Dome. Lisa for Truth says Iran's not going to roll over. And Arlen Steinberg says Nobel Peace Prize for starting a war. Good thinking. Minus the bell. Well, Silver, did you hear him telling oil and gas not to raise prices? Yes, saw that. Yeah. So is this it? We have hope. There's a star card. Lovers, Ace of Pentacles. This has to do with our support of Israel, the U.S. support of Israel. And I know this. I know this can be unpopular with some people for me to say this, but I think every country should be treated based on how they treat others. That's just my crazy thinking. Yeah. Anyway, 3 of Wands. Everybody's watching, waiting. But 8 of Wands, this is the worry. More stuff flying through the air. Trump's legacy, as he sits nice and safe. Question in the chat. MTPOC8 said, first time, explain the Iron Dome. That's where Doofy got the Golden Dome? Yes. The Iron Dome is what they call the protective area around Israel. So when they're incoming missiles, they shoot them out of the sky. And they've done everything they can to have such good defenses there that they call it the Iron Dome. And yes, that's where Dumpy got the idea for the Gold Dome, the Golden Dome. Because he is nothing if not tacky. Missile defense system. Thank you, Anne. See, that's the way I should have I should have explained it. Okay. Now, MAGA is not happy about this. But let's have a look at MAGA, because there is a lot of social posts going on out there. MAGA response. Since President Dumpster Fire got into office and fired so many people and was destroying all kinds of necessary parts of the government, there have been various videos of people who voted for Trump saying, "I'm out. I'm done. I didn't sign up for this." But it's also, I mean, it wasn't a tidal wave of people doing that. You still had to really go look for it. But if there are people on our side of the aisle who have specifically set up like a fake account on like TikTok or on various other social platforms, and they only look at right-wing content, so that because they want to see what's coming up, what MAGA people are seeing. It's an experiment. What are they seeing? So they know what's being constantly fed to these people. And right now, there is very much a whole bunch of videos coming out by a whole bunch of people who are MAGA, who are wearing their red hats, who are saying, "He promised no wars." It's like, oh, a sweet summer vicious child. Amy says MTG is shouting on social media. Oh, Lisa K, it's all we've been talking about. So MAGA's response. We don't have the money for this. This is not where my tax dollars should be going, blah, blah, blah. There was what Dumpy did, the mess going on. Six of Swords. This is fear of going to war. Are people being sent to war? Two of Cups. Partnership. That's a big no. That's a big, come over to the blue side. We have cookies. We don't want war. Decisions. Specific military decisions. And then the Strength card. There is nothing that President Dumpster Fire right now could do that would suddenly just be, oh, okay, we win. So, Bernie says, I've seen it online. Deb Z says, they might be mad at their abuser, but they won't get a divorce. Some won't. Same cards. Literally, same cards. All right. Now, this next story, just like I was saying, you think it can't get any crazier. Sure it can. Look who we're dealing with. 4140. Oh, it can always get crazier when these people are involved. So RawStory is reporting that Dumpy may be secretly hoping for Iranian retaliation on mainland U.S. soil to justify continuing this and to make him look like the savior. Yeah. Because he done messed up. And how many times have we gone over Cartman's handy dandy drama triangle, amaze your friends? The victim, the victim, the victim, the victim. Remember at the bottom of the triangle? These people, they're always the victim. People who live on the drama triangle, the victim. No president's been treated worse than I have ever. Go away, JFK. I don't want to hear it, Lincoln. No one's been treated worse than I. No president. Victim. One of them is the savior. Of course, once they've done something for you, you can never be appreciative enough. I'm unappreciative, so they fall back to being the victim. Well, the other thing, the other corner of that triangle is the persecutor. Being aggressive and belligerent and awful. And then they get a little bit of pushback and they're like, oh, I have to protect myself. Is this sounding familiar? Not just because I talk about it all the time, but does it sound a little bit like this president? Yeah. So secretly, RawStory is reporting that Trump may secretly be hoping for an Iranian retaliation on mainland U.S. soil to justify continuing this to make him look like a savior. Yes. Oh, the Emperor delusion. All right. This card for the reading, card behind it. This fool is in charge of the institutions. There's the Emperor and his delusions, his narcissism, living on that drama triangle, and there he is, the victim. Always the victim. Nobody appreciates him. And he's the one who can major arcana move resources and stir things up. I really want to be able to tell you this is about to go quiet. It doesn't feel like it. And you know me. I have a real optimistic streak in me. Susan says it'll be an inside job. I don't think that. I honestly, just my opinion, I don't think that. But this kid says Neptune is inflating his delusions big time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Carol says, how can a bully look like a savior when the suppressed ones rise up to oppose him? In his own mind. Yes, Bernie, he is the poorest, stupidest victim. Mm-hmm. Okay, next. By the way, Deb Z. Deb Z just was looking for questions this morning, and Deb Z was like, boom, 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 boom. Good question, good question, good question, good question. You just covered the bases. So at 4550, is Iran more determined now to develop a nuclear bomb after they were hit? Yes, is the answer to that. But did Iran successfully move their uranium before the bombing? I believe so. Let's have a look. Yes, this is chemical squirrel. Yes, this is what we're talking about. Okay, so did they successfully move their stuff? They're fine. Great. Justice. Hermit, they knew that Hermit, that's the hidden, that's the retreating, that's the taking your lantern and your staff and going somewhere else while the bombs fall over here. Relatively speaking, they're fine. And says photo of 16 big trucks says yes to me. Mm-hmm. 2 of wands, 9 of wands. So Dumpy runs his mouth, and then it turns out, oh, wait. There's nothing about this that is not stupid. Nothing. Debsy says they had plenty of warnings. Yes. Thank you, Carol. Okay, so the next question. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, when I say there's nothing about this that isn't stupid, oh, this takes the stupid cake. Oh dear, this is the stupid cake. Okay, you remember all the tariffs, right? Remember that whole tariff garbage we've been dealing with, right? At 48:15. So Iran is talking about closing the Strait of Hormuz, okay? And while I understand that some people are saying, well, they can't do that. Okay, turns out they kind of can, and they have before. Let me hang on. Map. What a lot of people images. What some people don't show you is, oh, is this it? Here we go. Yes. Let me show you this. Open this image in a new tab and let me share this with you. So, because with this one map, you will understand more what's going on than the dumpster fire president we have and many other people. Share this image. Okay. Can I make it bigger? No, that's as big as it gets. All right. It's kind of hard to see, but can you kind of see these red lines? These red lines here, right in the middle, and then over on the left a little bit. Okay, can you see that? All right. Also, note these little dashed lines here, and then up, and then down. Okay, this is what you need to know. People may say, well, the Strait of Hormuz it's so wide they can't stop ships from going through or what have you. Au contraire, because these, where the red lines are the only shipping lanes through there. Only, because those are the only points that are deep enough to handle the tankers. You can't go into these other areas. It is a very limited channel. And the way that it goes through, everything on the south side of this dashed line, this is controlled by Oman. UAE is over here. But this big one on the left is on the north side of the dashed line. This whole thing is very much in Iranian waters. And they control all of these islands, all of them. So when they say shut down the Strait of Hormuz, they don't, it isn't like, they don't have to like do this entire area. And secondly, they don't have to do the whole thing all the way around. Because anything that would come up here and go through these shipping lanes one way or the other has to cross onto the Iranian side to get through. Yes, Bernie, right. Although Iran has the capability to disrupt shipping, fully closing that strait would be a major escalation, potentially devastating global repercussions. Yes, but there's a man named he goes by the handle Mr. Global, and he's been talking about this. I think he works in shipping, international shipping, and he has been saying. Hang on, I got this. Amy says they can use smaller ships, not the mega tankers. Russia's been doing this for a while now. Yes, but okay, what you have to understand is that a lot of these tankers, a lot of these giant ships themselves are worth about $100 million. And then you've got all of the cargo, like the oil or whatever it is. Those ships have to be insured. And what's happening is there's a war premium on the insurance, that if there is conflict in the area, they raise the prices on the insurance. And these companies who have these $100 million ships do not want to risk their ships. They will lose less money putting these giant tankers into storage for X many months than they would running them through all of that. And the ones who are willing to try to go through all of that will be paying much, much higher insurance rates, which they will spread out across the cost of all of their cargo. Oh, poor Alfie downstairs. No, Galen, it's okay. Calm me down. Yeah, breathe. I'm trying to give you the most information I can give you. And there's no guarantee they're going to do this. Oh, poor Al. But I want you to know what's going on so that when different people are giving you different information, you can say, oh, no, 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 I've seen the map. I understand what's going on here. And yeah, you could use smaller ships, but that's going to affect the prices of things too, because the amount being moved is going to go down dramatically, which makes it more scarce. Thank you. So I wanted you to, I hope you can see this well enough. And if you can't, I got this here. I will copy that URL. I'm putting it in the chat right now to this image. And then the article it came from is also in the chat. So they don't even have to close down the strait. They can just make it incredibly difficult or expensive to run things through that. So, okay, we're going to get through this. We really are. It's infuriating. It just is. So I wanted you to be aware of that. Okay, so that's the Strait of Hormuz, right? Right? Okay. So the Iranian parliament voted unanimously to close the Strait of Hormuz, wasn't it? Retaliate. But it's ultimately up to the Ayatollah if that's actually going to happen. All right. So I can't delete this. So Trump, with the help of Mr. Spine himself, Rubio, Mr. Jelly Spine Rubio, are pushing a country to talk Iran out of closing the Strait of Hormuz. You know who they're pushing to talk to Iran? China. Trump and Jelly Spine Rubio are pushing China to talk Iran out of closing the Strait of Hormuz. China has a massive stockpile of oil. Oh, thank you, lucky girl. Thank you for the link to Mr. Global. Good information. Thank you. And thank you, lucky girl, just for being you. So China can turn around and say, first of all, are you kidding? Second of all, sure. Okay, we'll talk to Iran. And if you get rid of all of the tariffs, all of them, and what other concessions we can think of. Shen says China of all places. These people are super incompetent. Oh, it's beyond. Oh boy. Oh yeah, TJ, we've been talking about that. So is China going to get involved? China wasn't the aggressor. You didn't listen before. You don't have an international coalition, Dumpy. You just thought you would play military guy. This is working. This is also factory work. So you're going to drop all your tariffs, and your companies a bunch of your companies will come back to manufacture in China, right? There's the world card. International international manufacturing. And if it benefits Dumpy directly, maybe, because this is his legacy. So China has Trump, let's just say, near the barrel. Wow. Dear Great Gussie. Yep, Shen, the art of the deal. Okay. Fool. Devil. Not listening. He is going to handle this in the most ham-handed, ridiculous, stupid ways. We're going to make it through. Yeah, Fawn says, breathe, my loves. Absolutely. We are going to get through this. It's just, the stupid hurts. The stupidity hurts. Okay, so next. So TacoMan 101.45. TacoMan has reportedly warned his intelligence officials they could face a lot of trouble over disagreements on Iran's nuclear capabilities, especially not backing his claims that Iran was still working on nuclear weapons. It's not 2003. It's not 2003. We've seen this before. We've heard it before. No, not interested. Oh, thank you, Gloria. He is a small, petulant man. Man baby. Burden. This is the man who you can't even just give him his daily brief. You have to turn it into a song and dance, or he gets bored. Diddums gets bored. Dim bulb. Weak. But the rest of us, we've been here. We know what happens. And he just goes to the military and says, I want to do blank. And they go, okay. I honestly, I hope you know by now, I do not have a raging ego. I really don't. Plenty of self-doubt. Trust me. But I gotta tell you, I am too smart to understand what he's going to do next. That's a fact. I do not have the medication to slow down my brain and a big enough box of crayons to figure out what this idiot is actually going to do next. I can't wrap my head around it. Oh, thank you, Julie. Shaky ground. And these are the institutions. That's the military and everybody ducking and covering. So that's just kind of where we are. All right. Before I go, though, I need to cover this because when I say I don't have the crayons to understand this, 10515. Do you know who they put in as the lead of the anti-terrorism office? The one that if there are anyone who would be taking orders from Iran, because it doesn't necessarily have to be Iranians. They have proxies all over the place. Anyway, you know who would be in charge or central to stopping those people, finding those people? Do you remember a number of weeks ago covered that they put Thomas, is it Fugate, in as the person? Yeah. He's 22 years old, and his last job was mowing lawns. I'm not kidding. And that is who's supposed to protect us. $22. There's some smart 22-year-olds, but I get we're going to be okay. Really, I do. And Democrats are going to get more and more power. It's what I'm getting. Have hope. Have hope against all of this stupidity that's going on. It's not just him. There are a lot of people working really, really hard all the way around the world to stop attacks, to keep people safe. Keep us safe, but keep everybody possible safe. Let's just say this man is not up to the job. There's a fool in the middle. Guess who that is? Two of Wands for communicating. And the more he talks, the more power goes toward Democrats. So, and it doesn't even have to be for the election. Because remember, the split between Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate is very, very narrow. Gloria says, I can't eat. We're going to get through this. The other thing to remember is that this bad energy that is causing this dumpster fire of a president to go particularly off the rails, we're dealing with this too. The sun is square Saturn and Neptune for all of us. So we're all feeling it. We're all on edge. We're all like, what are people doing? The limitations Saturn brings that are even, like, okay, we do this, we can do that, we can't do that. Yeah, the whole collective sense of self is just rubbing up against those limitations like they aren't even there. And then you've got the sun, our sense of self, square to grinding up against Neptune, which is our idealism, our patriotism, our the immaterial. Rex is saying, how do you check today's astrology? Just curious. Well, I go to astro-seek.com and you just click on the top of the page and it says today's astrology. The thing is, though, it doesn't give an explanation. I'm sure there've got to be places. I'm sure there have to be places that give an explanation. But one thing you can do I know it's kind of a workaround. Here, let me show you. I want to show you something. Let's do a new chat. All right, I'm going to share this with you because it might help you for this and for various other things. All right, share screen. Where is AstroSeek? Okay, if you go to AstroSeek, it's astro-seek.com, and you click up here on current planets, it will show you where everything is in the sky right now. And if you don't, and unfortunately, if you create a free account, you put your own information in on this site, you will it will explain everything to you underneath. But if you have a situation like this where it's like, okay, I've got this information, but I don't know what to do with it. Wrong page. There we go. What you can do, for those who are wondering, yeah, the sun is conjunct Jupiter, so everything's getting hugely expansive. Cancer's also the sign of patriotism, the homeland, and it's squaring. Both are squaring Saturn and Neptune up here. So, yeah. Plus Mercury square Chiron. Anyway, but what you can do is you can even just highlight everything over here and just right click, copy, and then go to stop screen, share screen, and go to ChatGPT, ready when you are, and just paste it in. Please explain today's astrology. Especially we bombed Iran, and now Iran is bombing our military bases. Sorry, I've got really long nails on. Enter. Astro D's good explained. Thank you, Gloria. Okay. What is it saying? Mood of the moment. Waning moon in Gemini. Okay. Mars is transiting through Leo. I am the hero, witness my fire. Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Explains boundaries Saturn and illusions Neptune collide. What's real, what's bravado, what's propaganda. Pluto and Aquarius. Yes, it is getting near my, but Pluto and Aquarius, so community, all that's, we know it's gone. Jupiter is here. The vibe, rash decisions, or da-da-da-da-da. Now, what about Sun conjunct Jupiter and both square Saturn conjunct Neptune. I've got to take these nails off so I can type. Sun conjunct Jupiter and Gemini. This is big light, big mouth, big promises. Square to Saturn conjunct clash between idealism and cold reality. Sun Jupiter cheerleading squad hits the spiritual law of what the heck is actually happening. Why this is dangerous for war, overconfidence and bad information. Fog of Neptune is no clear enemy, no clear plan. And Saturn's karma comes due. Bottom line, this is not a sky for clear, clean victories. It's a sky for inflated egos getting tangled in the nets of their own illusions. The wise among us keep our feet on solid ground, our minds sharp, our hearts clear, and wait for the fog to lift. I can't say it better than that. All right. So that is going to do it for me for today. I've been on an hour and 15 minutes, so we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. We are. It's beyond stupid. The stupidity is, but things will move. Things will move on. So hang in there. All right. Yeah, if you go to the main, if you click on black and orange and go to videos on the channel, you can listen to an upbeat swing song that can hopefully embody your ire with our current dumpster fire of a president. It's the song I wrote, put together, called Swing Chicken Taco. So link is on the channel. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Try to hang in there. Breathe. Breathe. All right. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. All right. So take care. Take care. And I will see you this afternoon at Creative Sprints in an hour and 45 minutes, or I will see you right back here tomorrow. All right. So take care.